Hey, blessings, grateful family. Welcome in. Welcome back to the Grateful Gab Podcast. Got the daily verse coming here shortly, and then I'll be getting into today's topic, uh, in accordance with the knowledge of love and how not only being informed about love and its true purpose and the source of love, but also how we can be able to make love complete. So today's episode is being brought to you by Sugarcane Sweet Shop in Riverside. Thank you to my sponsors. Daily verse coming here shortly again, and then knowledge of love and how us being informed of love gives us the ability to truly have complete love. So daily verse for the day of January 16, 2026, derives from the book of Habakkuk, 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 uh, chapter 2, verse 3, and it states as follows. For the vision is yet for its appointed time, and it is rushing towards its end, and it will not lie. Even if it should delay, keep an expectation of it, for it without fail come true. It will not be late. Amen. And again, it's from the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 3. And this is pointing out the coming of Jehovah's day, right? The coming of the Armageddon against Satan and the wicked ones, but also the foretold uh, life of God's kingdom, right? It will happen, right? It will not be late. So some for us to be able to be mindful of and continue to rely and look to Jehovah God and just stick close to him, even though, we want things to happen now on our time. That's not the case. It happens on Jehovah God's time. So knowledge gives love right direction, right? Love must be directed first to the creator, right? Love must be directed to Jehovah God above all others, above all other things, right? Above ourselves, above our wives, our husbands, our children, right? Love must be directed first to Jehovah God. Because if we don't, it will become misdirected and it could even lead us into the worship of a creature or things, right? But when we understand God's purpose and knowing his purpose is essential, because then we know what is best for our own welfare and for that of the others around us. Hence our husbands, our wives, our children, ourselves, right? And also, we will truly know how to express love in the proper way. Are you enjoying today's episode? This episode of the Grateful Gab Podcast is proudly sponsored by Sugarcane Sweet Shop. At Sugarcane Sweet Shop, every dessert is made with love, creativity, and a sprinkle of sweetness. From the signature cookies and cupcakes to custom cakes for every occasion, Sugarcane is available to make your moments a little more special. Follow them on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook at Sugarcane Sweet Shop to see what's fresh from the oven. And don't forget to treat yourself today, because we have to truly understand that the love for Jehovah, for our God, is to be with our whole heart, our whole mind, our whole soul, and whole strength, as Jesus Christ pointed and alluded to and instructed us to do that at the book of Matthew, chapter 22, verses 36 through 38. So this is not to be, this is not something that we merely uh have as an outward expression, but the love that we have should also reflect the total person, right? The total inner person of us, not just on the outside, but also how we feel inside about Jehovah. What is our mind telling us, right? What is our heart telling us, right? But we have to understand also that love involves emotions, right? But if we are equipped with the true knowledge of what true love is and how it acts, we can be able to not only control those emotions, but make uh, make wise decisions without having emotion make the decisions for us, right? Because the mind must know God and his qualities. We must know Jehovah's purposes, and we must know how to express love. In harmony with this, and since love is the most important quality, right? Dedication to God is to the person of Jehovah himself, right? And this is not to say that uh we work for a cause or work for something else, but we just truly work for Jehovah God, right? So in that sense of the work, the love is then carried out with the soul, right? It's carried out with all of our body, with every fiber or organism, everything that we're made up of. The love is truly carried out in that sense. But not, not just knowing, having understanding of the knowledge of love and having that right direction. Now we move forward and we see how when we're moving in the right direction, love is not steady, right? Love is expansive, right? We understand that love expands because the true love that is a fruitage of the spirit from Jehovah God, right? It's not stingy, right? We don't keep it bottled up, right? It's not circumscribed, excuse me, right? It must be shared to be complete. We truly have to share our love to make love complete, right? Again, alluded to earlier, we must first love Jehovah God, then we must love Jesus Christ, his son, and then the whole association of Christian brothers and sisters throughout the world, right? A husband must love his wife, right? A wife must love her husband, right? Love is to be extended to our children, right? All mankind, even a person's own enemies, are to be loved. And as Christians, we work to be, we work to exercise this ability to do that, right? And love in all aspects. So, the Bible, right, again mentions that fruit of the spirit uh at the book of Galatians chapter 5 verses 22 and 23. But at the end of 23, it lets us know that um against such things there is no law. So those fruits of the spirits, there's no bounds. If you've been waiting for the right moment to share your story, your ideas, or your God-given voice with the world, this is it. Riverside is the all-in-one studio built for creators who want professional grade production, effortless publishing, and a smooth, stress-free recording experience. Whether you're launching a podcast, recording interviews, or creating video content, Riverside gives you everything you need to sound and look like a pro, even from home. So, if you've been thinking about starting a podcast, leveling up your content, or finally stepping into the calling on your life, Riverside is where you begin. Use my link to sign up and start creating with clarity, confidence, and excellence. Your voice matters, and Riverside helps you share it with the world. There's no cap on saying how much we can do these things, how much of this fruit we can grow. There's no limit on that, right? And again, love is that first fruit, and we want to be able to understand that love, when we have that love fruit, and it's limitless for us, and it's expanding far beyond our own sight. As I mentioned, we want to love all of our brothers and sisters all around the world, even though we don't know them all around the world, but we want to be able to extend that love. That's when the other fruit starts to really flourish as well, right? Again, I've mentioned this before, but a wise man once told me, if you have love and self-control, all the other fruits take care of itself, right? So that's a beautiful thought for us to think of. But it's truly amazing that not only are we able to understand what true love is, because we get to learn about Jehovah, the source of love, the source of true love, but also, excuse me, we get to understand how we can be complete in love by not being partial, by first loving Jehovah God, loving his son, right? Loving our brothers and sisters all around the world, a husband loving his wife, a wife loving her husband, us as parents loving our children, right? Us as children loving our parents, right? So many different things that we can be able to do to express the love and to understand the love and apply the love so that we may be complete. So, as this love has no law, once again, that can limit it, again, it's limitless, right? It has to be practiced, though. It has to be practiced at any time or any place to any extent toward those whom it is due or is not due, right? Well, obviously it's due to everyone because Jehovah charges us to be able to do that. Right? As it mentioned here, we must love our enemies, right? Timothy Titus chapter 2 verse 4 brings that out, right? Even loving our own enemies. So we are indebted, right? We are indebted to be able to show one another love, right? We owe it to Jehovah God. We owe it to Jesus Christ to be able to show love to one another. So this love for one another is an identity, is an identifying mark of true Christianity, of true Christians being able to love and show love to any and everyone, no matter what. So it's truly important for us to be able to take in this knowledge, right? Constantly learn about Jehovah God each and every day. That's why it's important to make sure we have a healthy spiritual routine, that we engage in studies of the Bible each and every day, some type of spiritual literature in sense of the Holy Bible, right? All those type of things, because we constantly get to understand Jehovah. We constantly get to understand how much He loves us, and the love He has for us, it has been planted in each and every one of us, so that we can grow our love, not only for Jehovah, but for what He has done for us, and who He has given us, right? The world, our brothers and sisters, our spouses, our children, our parents, our friends, whoever it is who means something to us, right? Animals, nature. We can love so many different things, but ultimately we have to focus that love back to Jehovah first, and then He'll guide us to be able to show how we can completely love, and love in a manner that is pleasing to Him, because we have put it in our minds and our hearts and our time to understand what true love is, and how Jehovah shows it, and how He wants us to be able to receive it and give it as well. So, love y'all. Take care of yourselves. Be blessed. And until next time, peace.